don't have Champions League football, it's definitely not been an acceptable season. This is what I said. When I arrived here, we could only sign Federico Chiesa, and that was after a Europa League season. So that does have an enormous impact in the way this club is run. So that is clear. Yeah, we are completely aware. I'm completely aware of that.
Didn't sign anyone apart from Chiesa last summer, Danny, and that was forced upon him.
Yeah, but I focus more on him saying it's unacceptable. That's the key phrase. He acknowledges that and he knows the job. Like that is great to hear. No excuses, no hiding. It's unacceptable if Liverpool aren't in the Champions League.
And so it should be.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
And ultimately, if they're not in the Champions League next year, he'll probably pay the price. But they've still got the chance to have a wonderful season. You don't have to be the best team to win the Champions League. We've seen it time and time again. Liverpool, depending on the draw, Anfield factor, they're capable. They can win it. Not favourites, granted, but they can.
You're telling us they can win the Champions League?
Of course they can. So can 6 other teams. That's the reality.
On the current form?
Yeah. Not on current form. You wouldn't say they could, but you wouldn't expect them to roll over Real Madrid when they were playing awful, when they turned up at Anfield, would you? You wouldn't expect them to go to Marseille and play as well as they did with Marseille's home record. It's.
You wouldn't expect them to lose 4-1 at home to PSV?
No, you wouldn't. That's a damn good point, Jim.
So, and
this is the inconsistency we've got. But yeah, we'll see. I think their better bet is getting some results in the league and trying to nick the 5th or 4th spot ahead of Chelsea or Man U.
I mean, Simon, I said in that introduction, if Klopp could survive a season without Champions League qualification, can Slot?
Well, Klopp delivered something to Liverpool that they had never been delivered, which was the Premier League title. So prior to that, indiscretion of not getting into the Premier League, into the Champions League, he had given Liverpool fans he'd reconnected the club back with its fans in a way that potentially previous managers hadn't done for some time.
But also, it's not just winning the title; it was also being in a title race near most seasons with City head to head, and also 3 Champions League finals. 3 Champions League finals is some going.
So what Slot achieved last season, how much does that count for?
A lot. Yeah, that's why he's got the backing. That's why he's got the backing now. But if they do, as I said before, and he knows, you can tell he knows it. If they don't get in the Champions League next year, I don't think they'll keep him.
Well, that's it. That is the feeling, Simon, isn't it? That if he doesn't qualify for the Champions League next season, sorry, Arne, but you're out.
I might be wrong.
I don't know what the Liverpool hierarchy's feeling is. I mean, none of us know because none of us are sitting amongst them.
No.
I mean, what we're talking about is background noise. And only Arne Slot and the Liverpool board know that if the currency he got for winning the Premier League last year with ostensibly someone else's team is good enough to carry him through a disappointing season. That disappointing season has manifested itself in a series of outcomes like the departure of Isak to injury after having spent an inordinate amount of time getting him. People will criticise them for not getting Mark Guehi and allowing Man City to steal through the door. But notwithstanding that, there's no God, despite Liverpool's history and legacy and the achievements of the football, there's no God-given right for them to be in the Champions League. But yes, I think he's right. I think he's absolutely right. And I go with Danny. The takeaway from what I heard him was it's unacceptable. Or, it's not where we would expect ourselves to be. There's still many a slip twixt cup and lip. I don't think Liverpool will get in the Champions League qualifiers.
You don't?
No, I don't think they will. I think the sides that are there, and unless Aston Villa fall off a cliff, I think Chelsea will stay where they are, there and thereabouts. I think Man United possibly may stay where they are, there and thereabouts. So Liverpool have got to really shift. And the interesting thing about, I know you made the PSV example of how they got battered by PSV. That was right in the middle of their malaise. Right in the middle of where they really were stutter-stepping left, right and centre. They've got themselves together a little bit now. So I think that they can do well in the European competition. I think it's perfectly plausible for Liverpool to win the Champions League.